We're back with
Oh.
Ape Escape!
No.
Guys, it is almost 9. Is it 9 o'clock? Yeah, it's 9:02 at night when we're recording this. We always record on Sundays, but it's 9:02 on a Sunday. We're tight.
God damn it. See, one thing I'm never sure is if does this area count as the same room as down there, or is it counted as separate instance?
I think it's the same room. Because if you can have enemies like follow you there, then... Why you gotta go up there?
Treasure.
Let's see.
God damn, I keep forgetting I can't open treasure chests in this game. Like there's enemies. There's something that actually changed in the sequels, like you give you a dedicated option for treasure chests.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is just better in every way.
Always be, well, not always be on the mindset, but kind of the group that, like, generally as the franchise goes on, it should just keep getting better and better gameplay wise.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts like starts off like relatively strong with this one.
Don't spawn, don't spawn. I forgot to get this.
Starts out generally strong with this one, gets really good in Kingdom Hearts 2, and then there's no other games.
To be fair, Kingdom Hearts 3, like, its combat is not awful.
Okay, the combat isn't awful for the most part, except for the fucking, like, think Disney ride bullshit stuff. Like, that stuff is garbage.
I just don't like it because it clashes way too much with the, with everything else.
It's like, Mr. Nomura, Bob Iger doesn't want you to suck his dick.
Maybe he does.
Hmm?
Maybe Bob Iger does, because he's head of the largest company on the planet.
Well, he was. He's not anymore.
No.
He just stepped down, though. But it's like, the Disneys don't want to fuck you, dude. Like...
No, and yet I'm sure they wouldn't oppose to acquiring Square Enix. As is the Disney way. What's competition? Just throw money at it till it's ours.
Yeah.
Look, it's Maleficent. So, you know, the lady who's supposed to be the antagonist of this series. The builder up as the antagonist in this game, and this is really the largest role she ever has.
Yeah.
What do I care? The darkness holds no power over me.
Really?
I will use
The darkness holds no power over you, Maleficent?
No, apparently she controls the darkness herself.
Hmm.
Oh. Ah, impossible. The princesses of Heart are all here. It must be her.
Without her heart, she will never be able to release her power.
Also, just funny to me that this is before the
king's fools.
What is it called? The George Lucas lightsaber syndrome, where but with Nomura and Keyblades. Like before, he gave a Keyblade to everything with a pulse. This implies you can just create a Keyblade.
But is it a true Keyblade?
It's supposed to be called like called like the Keyblade of Hearts or something, isn't it?
I don't fucking know. I stopped caring about stuff with the series after Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, if and when a Kingdom Hearts 4 ever comes out, I'm not buying it. I'm not paying for it. Like, They just ruined all goodwill that I had towards the series with Kingdom Hearts 3.
There's no way we're gonna let that happen.
Yeah, I love how Nomura's idea of wrapping up a saga of the story is to spend more time on questions.
Yeah.
It's like if you wanted to make like the final cutscene of just be a question, fine. But he introduces too many random things throughout the story in 3. Where I was just like, do I really care?
Also, I really fucking hate the fact that he, like, essentially made playing Union Cross, like, mandatory to understand some of the story stuff. And it's like, you know what? I was fucking stoked for Union Cross when it came out. Like, I downloaded it while I was at school at Sheridan, like, on a news day. When I was there, because I was like so excited about it, and I played it for like a week, and I was like, this is fucking lame. Like,
yeah, it's just another gacha game.
yeah.
But you can get cards or tokens or whatever the hell they're called for your OC Do Not Steal Keyblade Warrior.
Amazing.
That's basically what you play
No,
as.
I know.
You play as your own OC Keyblade Warrior who... And something that bothers me even more is that they don't play much... I didn't get far in it because I never get far in mobile games because I cannot be bothered to stick with their story for long.
Yeah.
Because like,
like
you're
story-based ones.
Yeah, like you're wasting my time enough with the gacha stuff and the roadblocks. I am not gonna invest myself in the story if you're just gonna continuously roadblock me. I'm just gonna wait here till she's done throwing a tantrum. But like, from the little I played, your character plays almost no actual role. Like, they do stuff, but you're more just there to observe everyone else that's important to Nomura's story.
What story?
It's also just one thing I don't like about mobile games. Like, just because the entire point of a mobile game is to just keep trying to get money out of players. Like, the free ones, I should say.
Yeah.
So if they do have a story, it's not going to be a neat story. It's going to be one that has to be continuously expanded upon.
Yeah. Ow! Motherfucker!
You okay?
Yeah. Do y'all ever just, like, get a pimple right by your ears? 'Cause I did, and I just found it while I was scratching my head. Sorry. No, I understand your point, but, like, mobile games are kind of horseshit.
I think, like, part of, especially with Kingdom Hearts, is that, like, this story is already kind of full of holes as it is.
Full of holes? This story may as well be Swiss cheese.
So, like,
Like, let's be real.
And if you're going to use, like, a mobile game as your prequel, you're just going to keep adding holes, because that's... Like it or not with us, Kingdom Hearts is a narrative action RPG.
Yeah.
The problem with a strong narrative, though, is that they're not intended to just keep going. There's a reason why a good story has a beginning, middle, and end. And just keep adding stuff just cheapens whatever story you told initially.
Yeah. Like
rather, I should say, like, sorry, there's one thing I was going to add. There's two different types of storytelling, and Nomura doesn't know how to do one.
He doesn't know how to do any of them, though.
No, I mean, like, there's... I guess one cheap way to call it is front story, so, like, the story being told to you, and backstory or lore.
Yeah.
Nomura cannot do lore.
No.
Because lore requires you to just establish a world and tell stories that become maybe myth or something. They are not supposed to be filling in for for events that you just kind of left vague in the main story.
Yeah.
Also, prequels are supposed to try and explain things, not make things more confusing. I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, the only case, and this is not just because, like, I'm super biased about this, like, about it, but the only case I would argue where, like, adding stuff after the fact was, like, amazing was Lord of the Rings. And I would say that just because technically it wasn't just adding stuff after the fact. He had planned out this whole fucking universe and written so much content for it that it was like he couldn't have put it all out at one time.
Yes, a keyblade.
Yes, meanwhile, Nomura has no narrative through line between his stories.
No.
It's just, what would be cool to happen this time around?
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me he plans anything out in this franchise.
No.
Surrender it to the darkness.
Like, how... You can't even bother to explain, like, how does Maleficent travel between worlds?
This is it.
This was something that's established in the first game, and you can't even bother to explain that.
The true darkness.
She's a spooky lady.
But now she's a spooky lady dragon. Also, you know what makes this even more weird?
The next episode is
No, not that. But
no, I'm teasing.
But in Birth by Sleep, the kind of like on its own prequel game that isn't a mobile game.
Yeah.
It's established Maleficent can transform into a dragon, as in just like the movie.
Yeah.
So why is this some sort of true power of darkness thing when it's something Maleficent can just do? Like, I know she transformed in the movie, but to say in this game that happens happens after those events, that she can't
You're gonna die.
Yeah, I know. And she can't do this on a whim. Kinda just again proves that whole no narrative through line. Nothing's really planned.
It's not even just that there's no narrative through line. It's the fact that he doesn't keep track of his fucking story stuff. Like, I know I haven't done a lot of it recently, but I'm a writer, right? I like to write things. I write stories when I feel like I'm in the mood to write, because, to be honest, getting an English degree in journalism thing kind of ruined literally everything for me. However, one of the literal first things that I do is okay, I have an idea in mind for how I want stuff to go. I will sit down and map out every fucking aspect of a story before I start writing it, to make sure that it all makes sense. That's any basic fucking writing thing will tell you that it's you need to plan your shit before you do it. Even if, you already plan from the get-go to make sequels and stuff like that. You plan that shit out before you even start the first thing.
Well, here's the problem with Nomura being in... Actually, you have your... Can you Google right now?
I cannot.
Damn it. I was gonna ask... Can you double check to make sure that Nomura actually is the writer, or if he just directs everything? Or if he's just the director? Blame is still placed on him for the bullshit in this franchise as just the director.
Give me your phone, probably.
My phone's in the other room.
No. I might have access to Bing. Hold on.
Because if Nomura is actually part of the writing process for this, that just... Oh, God damn, I was in the fire when I died. One more time.
Rip.
And one thing the HD collection gives that apparently the original did not have. Skipping cutscenes. But I only really ask if Nomura was part of the writing team as well for this stuff, because if he was,
Holy shit, he wasn't for the first game.
What about the other games?
He wasn't even one of the writers at all for the first one.
But what about the ones going forward?
Hold on, I gotta look it up. No, he didn't write Kingdom Hearts 2 either. Holy
See,
shit.
that's weird. Like, he talks about it as if he did write it, though. So like, you learn something every day, but at the same time, like, I have a feeling he's still somewhat involved in the process. He just doesn't credit himself in it.
Yeah.
Because the way he talks about it means he had a creative hand, and not just the direction of it, but everything. Lady, I do not want to be in your burger flames.
Hey guys, fun fact, I have a tattoo of Maleficent on my arm.
Cool.
You know this, you've seen it.
I know, but you're not going to get a reaction out of them.
Yeah, that's true. Like, comment, and subscribe if you think it's cool that I have a Maleficent tattoo. I like Disney, okay? Leave me alone. I have 3 Disney tattoos. Technically 4, but...
No, the reason why I was asking if you could look up if he was part of the writing process, not just because of the comments he makes make it seem like he actually does have a hand in it, which still wouldn't surprise me. Again, the way he talks about it makes it seem like he is heavily involved in the writing process. Maybe he's just pitching the ideas.
He may have been in the writer's room for it, but...
Yeah, but I asked though because the guy probably has never gone to writing, like, done anything that involves writing for, like, education.
Yeah.
Because his most investment into the company is in art. He started his career at Square, at least I believe he started his career in Square as a monster designer. He did the artwork for the monsters in Final Fantasy games. And I know he designed Sora in the OG cast. The OC Do Not Steal cast. And you can see his style when it comes to characters.
I'm not
a fan.
Style.
It's not awful. Like, I still enjoy some original designs in Kingdom Hearts. Like, Kingdom Hearts, like, one thing that continues to bother me is the fact that nobody fucking wears pants. Like, full pants. Except for Riku in most cases. But still, I overall don't mind the Sora's Kingdom Hearts 3 design. It's fine. I just think he was going through a phase where everybody had to have fucking plaid.
Hey, don't shit on plaid.
It's not, it's just that he gave everyone plaid when it really didn't make sense to. But I didn't mind Sora's Kingdom Hearts 2 design. But he has a weird fascination with some items. It's either belts or zippers. That seems to be his fascination most of the time.
It's the only way he can derive pleasure from life. Zippers and belts. Anyway, moving on.
Like, there's no other reason why Sora would have a giant zipper down his chest in this game.
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't remember this fight being this long.
It is one of the harder fights in the original game.
I don't fucking remember. It's been so long since I've played the first one.
Also, I don't know what level he anticipated people to be. I might be under-leveled.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
She doesn't have too much space. Fuck you, Maleficent. Me and my weird column keyblade.
Look, the Dargan. She is having a nap.
You want to know how else needs a nap?
The next episode of...
I was gonna say us, and then we'll see everyone in the next episode.
Yes.
Look at all the fear.
Look, Splooge.
Splooge.
How ironic. She was just another puppet after all.
Do you know what irony is?
The Heartless were using
Arr.
Maleficent from the beginning. She failed to notice the darkness in her heart eating away at her. A fitting end for such a fool.
Whatever. Whoever writes this crap is just writing it before they do anything else.
Yeah.
See everyone in the next episode of Three Dorks Play.